Welcome back again to Speak Up for Julian, the podcast that I don't want to do and you all probably don't want to hear. On the bright side, this one's going to be a little bit shorter. I have not scripted any of this. This is going to be episode 8. Honesty is the best policy. Here's the thing. I didn't write a script for this one at all. I don't have my thoughts together. It is currently 10:53 p.m. Friday night on March 21st, 2025. Last night I finished episode 7. Change can't happen soon enough. And I'll tell you what, that episode damn near broke me. Just doing the research on Wednesday, hours worth of fighting with AI to try to make my job easier when it said that this is a very sensitive subject and I'd really rather not share all this information with you. That did not make anything easier for me, because then I sat for hours and did multiple different methods of searching, finding multiple cross-referenced articles. Like, this is not something I wanted to spend my day doing. I wanted to be able to have some of the stuff in front of me and talk about each of these families' stories. And unfortunately, this information is scattered to the winds. By the way, there's not even an article out for Julian. Again, I'm recording this on Friday, the 21st. This is going to be launched on Thursday because these episodes should be launched on Thursdays, because that's the day of the week that we lost Julian. That's why I do these on Thursdays. The thing is, honesty is the best policy. So I need to talk to you all right now. If I've not made it clear what exactly we're trying to do with the Speak Up for Julian movement. So from the last episode, you've seen there are multiple other organizations that already exist that are currently trying to fight teen suicide or suicide in general. And they're trying to fight bullying, and they're trying to fight schools not having accountability. And there are organizations that have existed for years, if not decades. So starting my own charity is obviously just another version of insanity. What I'm trying to do is get them together. And what I want out of this, what I think we should all want out of this, is, of course, change. But what is change? What does that look like? The big thing that we need schools. We need these institutions that are supposed to be keeping our children safe to stand up and say, I'm sorry, we messed up. Instead, what we get is lip service. Yes, we don't tolerate bullying. We hold bullies accountable. Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Nothing but bullshit. Again, honesty is the best policy. I've already said my piece on cussing. The schools are feeding us bullshit. It is absolute garbage. I need the schools to stand up and say, we done fucked up. We're going to try to do something better. Because until they admit what they have gotten wrong, it will not get better. If you need trends to show you this, we've got it. I've put those out there. You can find it quite easily. Anything that says that bullying is on the decline, not Donald Trump's dickline, is because the schools don't fucking report it. How many of them did I read the other night that said, oh, our data doesn't match what you said happened. Oh, you may have called the school 20 times, but we don't have any records of bullying. I have emails to DD2 about very specific circumstances that surrounded what happened with Julian. They will not talk to me. Their lawyer will not talk to me. I have literally said, delay, deny, and depose. That is not a threat. That is just what they're doing. So we continue. Right now, if this is launching on Thursday as it's supposed to, if anybody's watching this, I'm taking some much needed time off. 2 years ago, we planned a thing with Educational Foundation tours, and I should, as you're watching this, I should be in Iceland right now with my daughter, Jolie, and exploring geothermal features and Iceland's national museums and all of the wonderful things that we've been looking forward to for a couple of years. What we should also be doing is getting ready for Julian's Educational Foundation tour, if he were selected for it, which he probably would have been. But of course, that's not happening. So yeah, I am getting some much needed time off. I'm going to be back at this again, hopefully a little recharged. When I get back, yeah, this story needs to be heard. Hopefully, by the time you're seeing this, the Live 5 interview that I recorded back in January has finally gone. I understand that they're adding some investigative pieces to it as well. I also understand that the schools don't really want to give them their input. So again, honesty. That's all you've heard from me. If you have heard any of these words, if you have followed anything that I've been saying, I have given you nothing but honesty. So from Julian's guitar picks, and I'm sorry about the lighting. Let's see if we can make that come out. No, that's terrible. Ring light is really messing with it. So we'll just throw a picture up. The back of the guitar pick says, "Love above all. Honesty is the best policy." After we lost Julian, I went through some really, really dark patches. By the way, I'm still in a dark patch, but I'm learning to navigate it better. I had a lot of anger issues to deal with. I have patched the holes in Julian's room. If you've seen the pictures of Julian's music room and you see where we have the guitars and keyboard up in the closet, I ripped those doors down the night that we lost Julian. I went on a rampage through here, and we've picked up the pieces. We're still trying to move forward. That hate that I had doesn't fix anything. It's just a downward spiral. Love is the only way we get out of this. And that's hard. That's harder than hate. But love is the only way that we get out of this. And when I say that, what I mean is that we have to love each other enough to respect each other, to see each other's value. We have to stop seeing other people as less than us, because we truly are all equal. Now, our experiences and our knowledge and everything does not carry equally, but just the fact that you're here makes you an equal participant. So if we can't learn to love each other, and it's not like there haven't been powerful songs, novels, movies, plays. If we can't learn to love each other, then we're stuck and the cycle continues. And that's it. The whole adage that history repeats itself will never be untrue. And it's up to us to change that. And I know that sounds a whole lot loftier than me going to the school board and talking to them about their bullying policies and how their policies are completely devoid of any value when they're not enforced repeatedly, chronically not enforced. Again, this isn't special to DD2. They might think that I'm picking on them. But again, from the podcast, this is weird doing this on a Friday right after I did a Thursday podcast coming out next Thursday. So I say yesterday's podcast, but this should be launching in 6 days. But if you didn't hear my message in the last podcast, I don't know how we get out of it. So with that, hopefully the next few are going to be, I've been trying to get to it, the t-shirt wall. Every one of them has a story. Some are longer than others. I want to tell all of those stories. I want to tag all the bands. I want to tell them about what they mean to us, what they meant to Julian, what they will continue to mean to so many people. I want to discuss a particular song by the band that has some meaning that is specific to this movement. Now, Wage War was the first band that I called out, and their song Alive is about having made it through. It's acknowledging how fucking hard it is to even just make it through. And then the second band that I tagged was Nothing More. And one of my favorite songs ever after losing Julian, I just can't. So Fade In, Fade Out was one of my favorite songs ever. And it's about the natural progression of birth, life, and death, the passing of knowledge and love and heart between a father and son. And that it's natural that a son should watch his father fade out. The father has had the chance to watch his son fade in. And again, this isn't gender specific. I know that the song is very gender specific, but I mean, this is about life and growth and love and the transference of the world to our youth. And what do we have? If not our children. I know, I say that. I still have a daughter. We love her very much. We are trying to do everything that we can to not treat her like an only child. Obviously, it's not the easiest thing to navigate right now. But back to the main topic. Honesty is the best policy. What I would like for everyone to do is think about something that you haven't been honest about. And I'm not saying go confess all your sins. Think about something that you've just not been honest about, mostly with yourself. And think about how to change that. Because then it spreads from you. We can't compel others to be honest if we cannot be honest ourselves. So it's this newfound unabashed honesty that is really awkward for me to do. Again, here I am doing this podcast. I am not a very talkative person. I don't like to put myself out there. That's why I've never showcased any of my art. I always think it's terrible. But here I am, putting it on the line. Just waiting for people to pick something up. Help me carry this. Honesty. All of it, even when it hurts. That's the piece that we spent years talking to Julian about. He was very distrusting. I think that he was very distrusting because of what he had seen return from the world. What incentive do you have to be honest when your honesty gets ridiculed? So maybe that fatherly advice that I've been giving to my children, I can try to give to the rest of the world. Yeah, I know that sounds cheesy. But what else are you going to do, right? I do tend to rant lately. That's part of my my neurodivergence combined with my PTSD. I have yet to do an episode about all the fun PTSD stuff that I've had to deal with. And I'm still in debate. I would like to do an episode where I tell you all the details about what happened the night that we lost Julian, because that is shit that will live rent-free in my head for the rest of my life. But with that whole honesty thing, if you ask me a question, I will give you an answer, even if you're not going to like it, based off of my knowledge of how well I think you will or won't receive it, I might ask you if you're really sure you want the answer. You're going to see some more fireworks at the school board meetings. I say fireworks. I mean, I've already shown you all the school board meetings. I stand up there and I speak respectfully. Even when I start losing my shit, I speak respectfully. I keep moving in memory of Julian, because otherwise I just might not get out of bed again. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I ranted a bunch of this. Hopefully I am having a great time in Iceland right now. And I apologize if this is a downer to anybody, but really the key, honesty. We can't love unless we love honestly. We can't fix this without love. It's all connected. Stay tuned for the next episode, and hopefully stay tuned as soon as I get some time to do all these and sort through them and get them all together and try not to just throw out one giant barrage of, 30 or 40 different hashtags and tag everybody all at once. That's not what I want to do. I want to give each of the bands a very sincere, this is why I think that you should be involved with this movement. This is why I think that this message should speak to you. This is what your band has meant to my family. So those should be coming soon. Again, the Facebook page. I have not been much on Instagram. I'm sorry. I haven't gotten anything back from Instagram really. So between Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Blue Sky and TikTok, Facebook has the most engagement. So that's where I spend most of my time. I'm happy to take feedback. If I get a bunch of people putting comments on this video that say, no, man, Facebook is dying and you need to come over to TikTok or whatever, I will absolutely do that. And I will put more time into another platform if that is working better. So stay tuned for the next one. Dial 988 if you feel like you're going to hurt yourself, or if you know someone that you think may be wanting to hurt themselves. And speak up for Julian and speak up for all of them. Thank you.